because there's a ton of myths that you need to be on the lookout for. Oh, and one of my favorites, I landed an internship at my dream company, like the company of my dreams. And that actually helped me realize that long term, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And then we fast forward through the food blog, different businesses that I started, and finally my main business, the agency that I co-founded. But nobody warned me about what digital entrepreneurship or a digital business was like. And here's what you need to know. For starters, there's no one way or right way. Just like traditional businesses, there are so many paths towards success. And that's something that sometimes we just kind of forget because yes, digital businesses are something that's kind of new. So when we see somebody saying, no, this is what worked, or this is how I grew 10,000 businesses and this and that, we say, oh yeah, that's the right way without kind of just processing it through. What worked for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way for you. Or one of my favorites, you need a website. You need to do this style of content. You need to be on this or this platform. But I'm sure we all know of someone or has heard of someone that has an online business, totally successful, without even a website. So there's definitely a way. But this one has to be one of my favorites. It's so easy. Oh, it's a lot easier than a normal business. The reality is, yes, it doesn't take what a traditional business used to take, like a physical location, maybe even a team, having a physical product or developing a full service before you could even sell it. Okay, not all online businesses need that. But one thing that is for sure is that it's not as easy as people think or as we think before coming into it. I honestly think a lot of people don't realize that an online business also means that your storefront is open 24/7. That's why we see so many digital business owners burning out, creators burning out, because you're literally open 24/7. You have people contacting you, messaging you, wanting to know more, finding out about your business 24/7. It's not that easy. But now we fast forward the basics. You're already there. You're building the business. One thing that a lot of people do not realize is the consistency that it takes. And yes, that might sound easy, but if you're in it and if you've been doing it, you know it's not. Another big one, and I think one of the biggest misfalls that we're seeing in the industry is people thinking that what worked last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, might still work for everyone now. The thing is, the digital industry moves so fast. Things are always changing. So someone that might have been super successful 3 years ago with funnels, webinars, this or that, might not be the same thing today. And before we get into 3 things that you actually do need to know about digital business, I want you to keep that in mind. Keep in mind that it's all about trying new things because yes, there was a time when doing this certain style of webinar. By the way, if you can hear that, it's super windy. I don't know why. Every time I film, it's like the wind just comes out. I don't get it. Anyways, so it's like what worked in the past with a specific way of doing a webinar or a specific way of doing this or that might not necessarily be what's working now because people and human trends change, right? What used to be innovative back then is something that's just not so innovative right now. Think about infomercial styles. In the past, that was like the mega boom of the biggest boom on the planet. People watch those for hours and hours and hours a day. Think about who watches them now, right? There might be a few people watching them because obviously they're still doing it. So there's still some kind of benefit in a specific type of channel. But that portion of the population is a lot lower today than it was when they first started doing that. So now on to the 3 things that you do actually need to know about. So whether you're getting started, you're already in it, or you're looking to grow a digital business, ask yourself this: what is something I can master? And this is something really important that I want you to know. I get a lot of messages and DMs from people saying, hey, I started doing this, I started building this brand, I had this product, then I realized I didn't really like it. And hey, that happens to everyone. It happened to me. I had an online bikini store. I started selling yoga mats. Like, we all try different things. I think that's the beauty of what makes entrepreneurs so resilient and so strong. It's like that desire to try and try. So that's fine. But ask yourself this: what's something that interests me, something that I can master, and something that long term is something that I'm thinking I'm still gonna kind of be interested in that. Of course, we all grow, we all evolve, but just think long term, not specifically what you're super into right now, right here, and then. And the reason why this is super important is because a digital business in specific grows through dominating an industry and positioning yourself as an expert. These two things are super important. That's why understanding what interests you is super important. It's not just because, yeah, you can pick something you like. No, it's because to dominate an industry, you have to be all in it. To position yourself as an expert, it has to be something you like and something you're willing to learn and consume and improve throughout the years. Number 2, and probably my favorite of the 3. It's starting with one product and reaching PMF, product market fit. This means you are confirming that this product is the best for your market. There's actually a market and your market wants this product. Remember that this applies to everyone, even if it's not something that you are directly monetizing. So this applies to media companies, people that have a podcast, YouTube channels, people that are creating content. You might not see that right now as a business, but it's a business model you should be thinking. And right now is the best time to actually think of it as a business model so you can go through these 3 steps, right? So reach this product market fit with one product is super important, because most of the times we want to add so many things and offer this and start a YouTube channel and a podcast and this and that. When if you focus on one thing reaching PMF, it's a whole different ballpark. And once you have that PMF, you go to step number 3, scaling. This means improving it, getting it to an even bigger market, adding a bigger product line. That's when all those things come in. And look, just like we mentioned at the beginning, all these myths come about because people think there's one methodology for going through these 3 steps: funnels, webinars, ads, this or that. Yes, of course, there's so many different ways, but at the end of the day, you need to find out what's the best way for you, for your industry, for your market, and the overall steps that you're going to be doing are those 3 things. And I want you to tell me in the comments below, what's one of your favorite myths that you've heard about digital entrepreneurship? Leave them down in the comments. Remember to always have these 3 steps in mind. And of course, like always, I'll see you right back here on this same exact channel next time.
Better listen up, we about to make it happen.